Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have another little top-up prepping haul. It is a little bit bigger than it looks because I haven't put out all of the multiples of items that I have purchased, but there are a lot of good deals currently going about, so it's worth popping out if you're looking for something specific. You'll probably be aware, guys, there's been a few things coming up the other day on the news about the preparedness and need to prepare even more, which is a little bit, not saying annoying, but I always feel it kind of gives you a kick up the ass to really step up the prepping game. So anyway, the other day I literally popped out to a couple of shops. I needed to go somewhere, and luckily for me I do have a multitude of shops nearby. So as you can see here, I've got Asda, Home Bargains and Farm Foods and Lidl. Okay, I know it sounds a bit odd, little bits here and there, but hear me, there are really good deals going on. So I'm gonna start with Asda first. Okay, so currently Asda have got some Heinz tomatoes on the deal. So there's pack of four for £2. Apparently they're reduced from £4.75. I don't know who on earth can afford to pay £4.75 for 4 packs of Heinz tomatoes. They do taste a little bit better than the basics, absolutely. They're a little bit thicker, but generally £4.75, I don't think so. For £2, okay, that makes it a 50p a can. I think it's really good value. I picked up quite a few of them because they're in a cardboard, you can stack them up, because unfortunately Heinz tins don't seem to stack that well, as you will see in a minute. So whilst I was in Asda, okay, and again I had to drive to a big Asda because our little ones don't have that, is the international aisles where they sell the food from different countries. So they have the sauerkraut, all right, and I had this the other day on my German night. They actually do taste really good. So they're big ones, 850 grams, and they were £1.60. So you've got the one mixed with carrots and you've got a normal one. Again, the dates on those guys are like end of 2025, but if stored properly, we know they're going to keep for a really long time. Again, sauerkraut is a great staple for a prepper pantry because of the way it's made and things like that. It does have a lot of probiotics and good things there. So it is absolutely must for your pantry. If you haven't tried any, pick one up, give it a go, and I'm pretty sure you would love it. Right, next thing, Asda. Those hot dogs. Again, I bought about four jars of them. They're £2.50. That's a good one. That's £2.50 each for a really big jar. For the ones in the UK, guys, not America, sorry, it's basically a kilo or drained weight of 720. Really good value, as I'm sure you'll know. Right, whilst we're there in the foreign section as well, I picked up a couple of kimchi. I've bought kimchi from one of the shops before, foreign shops, but I haven't actually seen that in Asda before. A bit pricey, £2.10, okay, for a, how big is it? 160 grams, okay, in the tin. All right, and it should keep for a really long time. Again, kimchi is really like a superfood. So if you got an option to pick one up, put some aside. So next time I go to there again, I'll pick it up. So £2.10 for a jar. Right, another thing here, that was from the Asda. So this is a cornmeal, so 1.5 kilos, and that was £2.20. Believe this or not, right, I don't actually have a cornmeal in my prepper pantry, and I always wanted to make some corn bread, which I'll do at some point, but £2.20 I think is really good value. Right, another thing, Asda currently, again, doing the Heinz, they're normally £2 each, the tins like spaghetti bolognese or sausages and spaghetti. They're normally £2, but they're currently doing them for £5, so that makes it £1 each. Yes, obviously the generic versions are cheaper than that you can pick up, but it's not really that far difference in price unless you really buy just a really basic one. However, the reason I wanted to give this a go is because you might have seen that. I read this in the news somewhere that they produced the spaghetti carbonara in the jar, and Italians were absolutely appalled because obviously it's not a carbonara, it's just a pasta with some bacon pieces. But I really wanted to give it a go. I just wanted to see what on earth the fuss was all about. So that's why it prompted me to buy this. Otherwise, I would never buy those kind of price tins for my stockpile because it's just that little bit unaffordable to buy in huge quantities. But another thing, like I said to you, Heinz tins don't stack. It just beats me. I just hate it. I just hate it that the tins don't stack. I want to be able to put my tins on the top of each other without have to resort of having some cardboard in between and that kind of thing. Nonetheless, so I bought 5 different options to try and yeah, see how that goes. Then next thing, right, I needed to get some sultanas or raisins, and I've noticed that Lidl are no longer selling them for one reason or the other. Again, having things like this, like berries, any dried fruit, is an absolute must for a prepper pantry. Of course, the key is the rotation, and I've been going through them. So I found them in Asda. They're still 98p, which is really, really good. So I've got one of them. Another thing, flour, bread flour, still £1.09, which is really good. And I do prefer the Asda flour to anything else. Again, that was a bit of a, I do have some, it's the little cones for ice cream for little ones. If you have children, again, anything bread related, anything that's dry bread and crispy, it will last pretty much indefinitely, providing, you know, it might get a bit softer over the long period of time, but nonetheless, it's still edible. So I always advocate for promoting buying anything like biscuits and things like that. So next thing, so that was, as there was accomplished. Next thing, it was Lidl. So I love my Lidl, and especially love it when you go and pick up and find some bargains. Anyway, so the reason I went in there, I can't remember, something I needed to pick up, fresh fruits anyway. And I thought I would do just a little stock up because I haven't bought certain things before, well, for a while. If you have a Lidl app, you know that you get some deals and you also get some discounts that are a lot of times applicable to your personal things that you used to buy, which I think is really, really amazing. So nonetheless, I'm doing the Excel week. And again, nuts, always say that you should have nuts in your prepper pantry. So they've got the walnuts, half a kilo for £3.99. It is a better value than buying them in the smaller bags. So £3.99 sounds like a lot, but there is a lot of them there. So that was a really good deal. Also, you know, we're talking about guys stocking up on, say, teas and coffees, which is absolute must. And again, I've tried and I bought some really, really cheap coffee that probably gives you an indigestion because it's diabolical. However, they've now started having those little ready-made coffees, okay? And they actually taste surprisingly good. And there's the array of options of that. It's actually amazing. So 8 servings, okay, not the cheapest, but if you can't stand to buy really horrible coffee, you want something different, they seem to be a good option. So you've got latte macchiato and latte macchiato with vanilla, £2.75 on the deal, so for 8 servings, which kind of sounds like a good deal for a little bit of a treat. I appreciate it's expensive to stock up if you want to stock up for, you know, good 5 years, but as a little luxury, as a prepping, I think they're actually a very good idea. So then next thing, yes, I said to you, the pickles. I refused initially to buy pickles from Lidl because I had few and they have gone up in price by quite a bit. Now they are £1.15, but I had 15% coupon through Lidl app, so I picked up one of those. And we've been going through our little onions, and you probably won't remember, but I remember buying them. They were 42p, and now they are 69p. Anyway, still fairly good value, so I've got one of them. Bargain. Again, it was leftover from the previous weeks. We've got some bulgur wheat. Okay, they are half a kilo, so 500 grams. They were 99p each, but they were buy one get one free. So I've got 4. They had the only 4 that was left. So that makes this packet of half a kilo for 50 pence. This is absolutely amazing. I had some bulgur wheat before. I've got some piles stashed away, but I really don't have a huge amount because generally it's actually quite pricey. But 50p for a half a kilo, it's £1 a kilo. That is absolutely brilliant. If they had more, I would have taken more. Right, next thing, Lidl. I think, oh yeah, for some reason, condiments keep telling you, buy condiments, rotate them, and I always seem to be running out of brown sauce, but they're still 79p. Right, another bargain from Lidl is, I know it's an odd one, but it's a Halloween marshmallows. Okay, full of crap, full of sugar, just basically shite. But we're talking about preparedness, and genuinely not just preparing for like the end of the world, but genuinely preparedness for, you know, for inflations, for things like that. And they were initially for like I want to say like £1.60 or something. So I refused to pay that for that kind of nonsense. But anyway, it said that they were reduced to 65p. So all right, I picked up 4. And then when I came to the checkout and they came up on my app, there was actually 15 pence, like 15p, So luckily I bought 4. The date on them is like 2026, like mid 2026. So they'll ride us through like a couple Halloweens. Again, not the bestest of things in terms of, you know, nutritional value, or in fact just in numbers. But again, if you've got kids, 15 pence, I'm like literally over the moon. Next thing from Lidl, and I've bought some of them from Lidl before. They're Dr. Oetker microwavable little cakes, okay? They're 79p, but there was 2 for £1, so they'll make them for 50p each. Reason I bought them last time, they only had a couple. This time they had loads more. Because they come in a really thick, like Milo type bag, okay? That will last in your pantry pretty much for a very, very long time. All you got to do just to add some milk, I think, or add some water. Milk. You can add water if you really, you know, if you really kind of needed to do so, and then just microwave this in a cup, which I think is really, really good. Right, so next thing, it was Home Bargains. Again, Home Bargains, I normally pop up and get a load of water. Again, I'm not getting everything out because I'm not going to have the space, but there's 6 bottles of fizzy water. It's still 99p. It's absolute bargain. Again, prepper must-have is water. Water is life. Make sure you stock up on water. Whilst I was there, I normally do my little walkabout. I spotted some more sauerkraut as well. 99p, okay? Different brand. It's half a kilo, so, you know, kind of similar value to the bigger ones. But it's important to try, and I haven't tried those before. So I got a couple, I give them a go and see how nice they try. But nonetheless, 99p, so if you don't have a big Asda nearby and you want to give a sauerkraut a go, have a look in the Home Bargains. If you're lucky enough, maybe pick some up. So next one, I actually popped into a Poundland just to pick up some extra decorations. And of course, I just do my little sweeps around. Just, you never know what you're going to find in there. Nothing huge. They do have a lot of food in there, but I generally, for some reason, I just don't really pay attention too much to it. But I've gone around and I found they had some cookies reduced, right? 79p to 10p, like 10p, kid you not. They had kind of few, but the date is like now. So you understand that's probably the reason why they've been reduced. But nonetheless, for 10 pence, it's not that big of a deal. They will last for a while. And then you got some sort of Lee Rings tea biscuits. Looks like a chocolate foamy biscuits covered in, well, white chocolate, so it looks, yeah. And then they're 10p as well, so I got a few of them. Again, confectionery biscuits, they will sit in your pantry for a while past date. And that was it from there. And the last one I did, I popped into a Farm Foods. It was something specifically I wanted to get from them, but I couldn't. But again, doing a little walk around there, I managed to find some Heinz burger sauces and a chili burger sauce. Believe this or not, they're 79p. Like 79p. That's the same price you pay for a budget brand. So yeah, they only had 2 left, 1 of each, so I grabbed those. They also had a posh tartar sauce. Okay, that was 49p. Again, they only had few. Shame they didn't have any other kind of sauces there, because I would have loved to have. And I actually picked up 2, but I couldn't find the other one in the bag, so I'm not sure what happened to that. Grated cheese. I call it a plastic cheese because, well, it is pretty much plastic cheese. Again, great for a pantry, because obviously cheese in UK is very difficult to, unless you buy powdered cheese, but it's a hard cheese kind of thing. That's a really good long-term option, really. 99p I thought was a fairly okay price. And I forgot as well, sorry, for the Poundland thing, they also had a popcorn, like 25 pence. And again, that's not really a prepping thing. If you do sort of prep and you want to have some popcorn, I suggest to buy some kernels, because they're far better value than having that. But 25 pence, sometimes when my little one wants popcorn in the evening, I can't be, you know, bothered of going there cooking. So it's just easier just to have some ready there. For 25p, it was absolute bargain. So that's that, guys, really. That kind of summarizes my little shop. And as I said, obviously extras there are not showed, but that's just pointless. Hopefully it gives you ideas. So if you do feel like you want to top up on some Heinz tomatoes, pop into Asda, or the little hot dogs, things like that. But I do certainly feel that, again, when something happens in the news, it gives you that little kick up the arse to think, well, actually, because I do truly believe, guys, right? You know, when we all think when we're preparing, and then if something to happen, we're like, okay, we're not going to run to the shops, and because we will have our stocks. But truly, I believe, I think if there was a wink of something that is going to be really happening imminently, really badly, I think I'll still choose to pop up to the shop one more time. Not going up to like queue and sort of fight people over, but I think it's a human nature. If you do or feel inclined in the direction of being a prepper, I think you always think, well, do you know what? I don't actually know if I have enough. You can never have enough, absolutely. But anyway, point of, guys, a lot of things are going on, unfortunately. Just if you've got a spare minute and a few quid there, just pop in, pick up a little bit here and there, and just stash them away. So anyway, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you're not a subscriber. The channel is all about preparedness, and no, we're not talking about just having the food. Anything emergency preparedness, guys. Many subjects are covered on this channel. So if you're into the preparedness, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.